I can't wait for the royal wedding debrief.
I'm Cal's wife, officially, and this is my husband.
You guys have a glow.
The glow.
It's her story.
I truly mean
Her
it.
story. It's been absolute wedding bliss since everything's happened.
I blacked out.
The crazy part is we're all going on our honeymoon together.
I know, I can't
The
wait.
fact that we're coming on your honeymoon.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic. I'm Cal's wife, officially, and this is my husband.
Well, show that ring,
His
Cal.
name is Cal. I'm Mrs. Remi Parsons. Officially.
Mrs. Remi
Officially.
Introduce yourself,
Parsons.
Cal.
I officially changed it.
Yeah, that was wild. Like seeing that on the contract. What is it called? Like
The license.
license
The
thing?
license, yeah.
So crazy. I kept telling you, are you sure you want Parsons?
I love it. I do.
It sounds rich.
I mean, Parso's Polo Club.
School of Design.
I will say, I thought about it. I thought about it for a long time since we got together. You know what I mean? You think about it, and then
the
when
day
we're
you meet a guy, you're
Yeah.
like, put your
Mrs.
name with it. Like,
Remi
does that sound good?
Parsons. But it was crazy because we talked about it for so long, and even at one point, Cal was like, he wants to be Cal Cruz. Like we went back and forth with not actually, because I was like, I like the idea of taking his last name. It was really crazy because I don't think we even got into it on the last episode, but obviously we're married, you guys. And we went to the courthouse right before we filmed the last episode. And it was simply just like, she was like, are you going to change your name or not? Like, yeah, check yes or no in the box. Like it was that simple.
Obviously, she does that 20 million times a day. So
Yeah,
to
she
her, it's
didn't
just
care.
like another thing. But
Yeah.
it was such a it was so special.
Also, it's really crazy to think, like, at one point, my mom was Suzanne Wu. You know what I mean?
Queen.
Queen. But, you know, I only have ever known her as Suzanne Cruz. So, like, to me, that's her name. But it is
Yeah.
crazy to think, like, at some point, it feels really fresh and new, obviously, right now because it is. But at some point, Remi Parsons is just going to roll off the tongue.
At some point, your kids are going to be
Crazy.
like, Mom, what was your maiden name?
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. And I do know professionally, obviously, I'm Remi Cruz. And, like, I need to figure out exactly, you know, what I'm going to do with that in that sense. But at least personally, Remi Parsons.
Cal, what does it feel like that she has your last name?
It's so weird. She changed it on her like Mac or like your iCloud
did,
account.
I did.
And I was
I'm
like,
gonna
that
cry
is
this episode, damn it.
crazy.
I did.
like I obviously we're girlies, so like I always think of taking the guy's last name, but I can't imagine how special that feels. She is
You
yours.
claimed her.
You said
You imprinted.
her
like
parents
Twilight.
her parents said, "Who gives this girl away?" They said, "Who gives this girl away? Woman away."
It's like
This
Bridgerton.
woman.
and you said, "Me." I
No,
take
it's
her.
so surreal. It's so weird. Because I kept saying, like, literally for years, I was like, you really don't have to. Like, I had no expectations.
Which I will say also, I so appreciate you giving me the chance and giving me the choice to make, because I do know there's a lot of guys that are like, they get really
Weird about it,
offended
yeah.
if
Yeah.
the
I mean,
significant
it's
other doesn't
very
want to
traditional.
Feminist Cal.
No, I like, you've always given me the floor, and it's something that I genuinely wanted. And I know also if I didn't want to, you would be like, okay, whatever, and move on.
Yeah, personally, I just didn't really like, it wasn't a big deal to me, like at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, do whatever you want to do. And
Hey,
you love
He
Parsons.
said your
so I
body,
was
your
like, cool.
choice.
I love and it's true. And it is.
true.
And it is. But hi,
I
husband. This is
Hi,
the
wife.
first time that we've
You guys
left
are
the
so
house.
giddy.
You guys, this is the first time we've left the house since the wedding.
No.
Yeah.
God.
I can't wait for the royal wedding debrief. Like, this is the debrief. It's probably going to be long.
This is her story.
I truly mean
Her
it.
story.
This is her story.
We had to bring Ollie on too because obviously Ollie was the flower boy, if you didn't see.
No.
Absolute
day of
icon.
my life.
And like we've debriefed, but not in full yet.
We-
so like
no, we
this
haven't.
this is the moment. But we've literally, it's Wednesday, Thursday. I literally don't know what day it is today. Is it Thursday?
Thursday. We
It's
never record
Thursday.
Thursdays. So
We
those were-
we got married on Saturday, and we came home on Monday, and since then we have been absolute degenerates on the couch.
Oh,
have
yeah.
not moved. Have
Oh, yeah.
only been postmating stuff to the house.
as you should, though.
We slept on the couch 2 of those nights. I
Mm-hmm.
literally fell asleep. I ate a Carl's Jr. famous star at 2 a.m.
Okay, Carl's Jr.
And then I woke up on the couch and I don't even remember falling asleep. Like it was just like, it's been absolute wedding bliss since everything's happened.
I love it.
What was
It's
your
been so
first
fun.
meal?
What did we get? You guys, you
It's
should
been
check
a
out our
blur.
history online right now. Our order history has been crazy, but we've literally not moved. I've been horizontal. Cal's been playing video games. I've been editing, and that's all we've been doing.
But I'm glad you guys moved your honeymoon to not be right after. I had a lot of people text me like, oh, is she on her honeymoon? I was like, no, she's chilling. For that reason alone, like, could you imagine traveling international right now or something?
No.
That'd be
I
crazy.
can't imagine trying to plan a honeymoon while planning a wedding.
Yeah.
It's true.
That sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it's just been so nice. We initially, I think I said this in the last episode, we were initially planning our wedding around our honeymoon. We were wanting to go on our honeymoon during a certain month. So we were like, okay, well then let's plan the wedding in front of that so that we can just go. And I always wanted to do a honeymoon right after a wedding. Lauren and Jeremy sat us down and they were like, guys, trust us, do not do it. And so once we kind of let go of that idea, we were able to pick a wedding date that we really wanted, which was really nice.
Your June wedding.
Our June wedding.
And the day you met, the date's really important.
Yes, and it was so perfect and significant, and it all worked out beautifully. And I am sitting here so happy, and we've been having the best time just sitting on our couch and rotting. It's been so fun.
It's been the best.
But we literally haven't left the house. I went and recorded Basically Unfiltered last night, came home, ate a Famous Star, went to bed, and now we're here.
Yeah.
It's true.
Do you just keep calling each other like hubby or wife or wifey or like whatever? Because you need to.
Yeah. I
we do
wouldn't
all
shut
the time.
Hi, my husband.
I would not shut up.
husband.
I'd be like, ugh, wife.
Husband, we're literally like
Husband.
laying comatose on the couch, and we just go like this.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
do that too. That's
And we're
so
just laying
cute.
there like this.
It's funny because you guys have been doing this for years.
I know.
It's just
Does it feel
official now.
different?
When I see the ring, yes, but honestly, like not as much as I would think. But we have been together for so long. We've lived
Yeah.
together for so
Yeah.
long. Maybe when we start getting back to real life, I was telling Cal, I was like, I don't want to go back to real life. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
go back to
Yeah.
everything because it's been so
You're in dreamland.
relaxing. Yeah, it's been so nice.
We're still on cloud 9.
No, literally.
Like-
the serotonin.
I just told my vlog today, I was like, I still feel on cloud 9, which is crazy. So I truly can't even imagine how you guys feel.
Yeah.
will
It's been a crazy
say
come down.
It's been a crazy come down, and the experience was not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
In a way where I don't know if I'm one of one as a bride and I experienced this, or if a lot of brides feel this way. It was amazing and so much fun. But Cal and I have been talking a lot about how we have a lot of thoughts and feelings. And at the end of the day, I got to marry my best friend, and it was amazing in that regard, but it was not what I was expecting.
I feel like
It
also
was
anything
surreal.
where you plan for years and years and you
Yeah.
think about your whole life, you're like the weddings, the expectations. Yeah. So I feel like in the moment you probably just felt like a blur and you're like, wait, it's here. Wait, it's halfway over. Wait, we already did the first look. Wait, we already so much. Oh my God.
It's
I
because
can't
you're
even.
living that episode almost.
I think most brides
Yeah.
I feel like most couples feel that way going through
We have a lot
a
to
wedding.
say.
You guys look different to me.
Yeah.
Like
You guys have a
the
glow.
glow. It's just like, that's why I was like, even if you don't feel like, to me, I feel like everyone sees you
She's
guys
like, but
different.
we feel different.
We feel different.
It's probably the meat sweats for me. I'm really like crazy.
Cal, you truly, like, everyone was saying it was just the best. Your vows, obviously, I know everyone told you this.
Don't.
We will get into that. We will get into
We need a whole
everything.
segment about the vows.
I've never
my
been to a
God.
wedding truly with so much love. And I love all the weddings I've been to. If I've been to any of my friends' weddings, I loved your wedding. Granted,
This was my
I'm
favorite
very
wedding.
close to you.
Sorry.
But I am not kidding. And every single person in my life agreed. I really think half of it was having the phones gone too during the ceremony.
Everyone was present.
Everyone was so present. People who say they never cry, cried. Every time there was a joke, boom, laugh. Every time there was like a tear, like, but it just felt like
Do you see the
everyone.
signs? Cry.
No, that's what it felt like.
Smile.
It literally felt like that. And I've never been to a wedding like that. So one, you guys should be so proud. You should see how loved you are. Truly.
You are so loved.
Even
You're so
people who like were
loved.
not as close to like said the exact same thing. They said it never felt like a lull. Like no one was like, oh, we're hungry. When's the next thing? Like there was never no one was bored.
There was
there
not
was
a
no
dull moment.
like
I'm so happy to hear that.
so good. And obviously, again, it just goes back to like you guys and all the people you have in your life. But it truly felt like a family, like all.
Yeah.
And I love like the size of it. There was so much I loved that I will be stealing for my own wedding one day.
Yay!
But like, I loved the no phones. I loved the long vows. I loved the speeches. It was so special. So you guys should feel very proud because obviously you had a
Thank
blast,
you.
but everybody had a blast.
I kept talking to so many people throughout the night, and I was hearing that sentiment of like, you can feel the love. And I I felt tangible energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was, and I was like, I'm probably feeling this because it's my wedding, but I
just got chills.
It was really different.
No, it was.
I've never felt that in my life. And I really do think we are so proud of every single person too, because every staff worker that we talked to would come up and say, this is the most polite, kind wedding we've ever been to. All the guests were so kind and sweet and respectful. And they kept being like, this is such a testament to you and Cal, which just, we are so proud of everybody. There was no drama. Everybody was happy. Everyone was just so kind to one another. There were a couple couples that I was a little nervous for because they didn't know anybody there.
Yeah. Allie
literally, she's the best.
No, when she's like, we followed each other, and I was like, you are shop jawbreaking. You have no idea. I'm fangirling. Like, I'm fangirling. I love her. She's so sweet.
She's amazing. And we met them. I met them at Playlist Live in 2015. They were working. She had a t-shirt business, and we just hit it off, and we've stayed in touch since then. And then when we went to Lollapalooza in like 2022 or so, Kaylee, Cal, and I went, and they happened to be there, and we like hit it off again. We all hung out, and then we just again stayed in touch. So we invited them, but I was a little nervous. I was like, I hope they still have fun. Like, even though they just have each other, literally they had the best time. They literally texted, they're like, we are friends with everybody now. Yeah. And like, that makes me so proud of everybody there, because that's what I would want. Like, if I saw someone that I don't know, like, I want to make them feel welcome and comfortable.
But that's, again, it just goes back to who both of you are as people. Like, you're so welcoming. It wasn't stuffy at all. Yeah. Like, even walking down the aisle, it turned into everyone cheering for each person. And I love that so much. Zane and Heath last night were like, oh, that was an accident because we saw Cal first, so we were all cheering. So yeah, obviously we have a lot to get into, but sentiments right now. You have this, like, this podcast will be out forever. I want you to like explain how you're feeling.
You have the floor.
In this moment, just how you just feel overall. And then we'll get into the nitty gritty.
You go first, baby.
I mean, right now it's just like a weird, like we said before, like a come down, like, dang, it's all over. Like it went by in a flash for us.
Yeah.
We didn't really get drunk, but I blacked out.
That's what I said yesterday. I kept being like, am I drunk? Why am I not retaining anything that's happening right now? But I was like, I had one drink.
Crazy.
It was such a crazy phenomenon.
It's one of those things where I was just like, so many guests were like filming their own points of view the whole time. So it's been awesome to like look at everyone else's like perspectives on the night and see like how much fun everyone had. And you got like a ton of videography for it, which I know that it's still like rolling out to us, but I can't wait to just watch it all back and see like just how it was. Just like to relive it.
We did basically Unfiltered last night, as I said, and I was still on the come down. I currently am, but every day it's getting a little bit better. So thank you for asking, everyone. But
in case you care,
I just honestly, like, I left being like, I have so many mixed emotions still, and I'm still like grappling and like kind of like working through them, which it sounds so dramatic because it's just a wedding.
No,
stop. I think my feelings, and this is so, Cal and I had a really good talk at some point after the wedding, because I think after on Sunday, we had a family barbecue, which was really cute. You guys were there. And then it was just us. And we sat there and I was like, I feel guilty. I was like, I felt a lot of guilt because, and I don't want to speak, again, my brain is not right now, so please forgive me if I misspeak, but Cal and I both agreed there's so much pressure for this to be, quote unquote, the best day of your life.
Yeah.
So was it an incredible day? And we were saying, yes, absolutely. And like, I don't want anyone to think I'm complaining because it was an incredible day. The idea of like all of our friends and family being together in one room just for us, that already makes it the best day of our lives. Other than that though, there is so much going on, and it's so hard to like, I kept really getting mad with myself because I was like, be present, like everyone told you be present, like remember this. I couldn't remember anything. So I was kicking myself their whole day because I was like, you should be present, you should be like remembering this right now, like there's so much going on, like so much was happening that I feel like I put too much pressure on myself in that regard, and I don't remember a lot. But I will say, and I said this yesterday, well, first off, I will say Cal and I at the end of the day got to spend a day with everybody in our lives that means so much to us. And every single person I talked to, I got to talk to literally every single person at the wedding. Like, even if it was for a split second, I got to at least see everybody and like have a few words with them. And I said this to everybody, and I hope they know that I'm not lying. Every single person at that wedding has a special place in my heart. And I didn't know I had 142 compartments for people in my heart. I didn't. I genuinely mean it. Every single person has such a special place in my heart. And it meant so much that they took the time to come and be with us and celebrate with us. And we said from the beginning, and when we were working with Jason, when we met with him, we were like, we just want the guests to have a good time because they are taking the time out of their day to come and be with us and celebrate us. So we want to make sure that people aren't like, oh, like waiting, this is a waste of time, which I know people wouldn't have thought that because they're the people that love us most, but still.
But we've all been to weddings where you're like, I'm hungry.
Yes, or I'm cold, or like we wanted it to just be the best experience for everybody. And as people pleasers also, like that was definitely a problem that we had. But overall, I cannot also express how important to me it was. And if I could just have any future brides or grooms listening, if you're going to do a big wedding, I think investing in video or photos is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Besides venue, besides florals, besides hors d'oeuvres, besides open bar, like all those things, because you will not retain anything.
Yeah.
I remember flashes and that's it. But it's so fun to like sit down now and go through all the content. You don't need the most expensive photographer. You don't need the most expensive videographer. Just even if you're friends, like if you put someone in charge of just filming things, like just so you have the memories, because you will not remember anything. But it's one of those things, you know, when you black out or you brown out and you like watch videos, you're like, oh, I think I remember being there.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're like, oh my God, I don't remember this, but I remember being there.
Yeah.
Like I even told Tommy, I was like, I'm so upset. I only danced for 2 songs. And he was like, Rem, you were there the whole night. And I was like, wait, really? I was on the dance floor the entire time.
You remember feeding me bread?
No, you guys, I don't understand how
yeah, you weren't even drunk.
I wasn't drunk because I was very well aware I did not eat enough. So I was like, I'm not going to drink.
I will say when your nervous system is so heightened, your frontal lobe does not work.
Yeah.
Like it actually, and that's where you retain information.
Yeah.
Like so it's just I think just don't even fight it and just be like, okay, like that's expected.
Yeah.
Because truly, I am glad obviously you have influencers in your life who are vlogging on your request. I almost didn't vlog. You're like, you will.
Oh, I wanted.
You're like, I need the footage.
I'm so sorry. Kaylee Davis, shout out.
Literally.
I didn't tell her, but I was praying someone would do what I ate at the Remi and Cal wedding.
So good.
Thank God someone did, because
that was the
I
only
didn't
thing
eat what
I
she
filmed.
did. Thank God.
Yeah.
No, I love seeing all the footage. And even if people are getting married and even if you don't plan on posting it, I think it's so good to keep for just like home videos, like for the memories.
Absolutely.
Like have your friends film stuff. Yeah. I'm so
Have to.
excited to see everything. Everything already has been amazing. And that's just what they've
And
like
your kids
quickly
are going
turned
to want
around.
to see that.
Absolutely.
Don't get me started.
We had an amazing time. And I think I'm having even more fun reliving it through watching videos, because
Honestly,
again, right?
Yeah. Seeing like how much fun like everyone had has been like giving us so much joy.
I agree.
To like look back and see.
I agree. I wish that someone had said this before we got married, because I felt like there was so much pressure for it to be the best day of our lives. And reliving it now, I'm like, wow, it was. But when I was going through it, I was like, why am I not having fun right now? Like, oh my God, well, should I be here right now? Like, Like, even Lauren and Jeremy came up there like, isn't this the best day of your life? And I was like, I'm having so much fun, but I feel like I'm missing out on everything. And I was like freaking out.
You were just overstimulated.
It was pure overstimulation. And I just want to be 1,000% honest. But like looking back now, I'm like, that was literally the best day of my life.
No, but like true, like I think you just still need time to like process everything.
Yeah.
And honestly, like that will be the best day of your life just because you two like became married.
Yeah.
Then the next one will be like when you have kids.
Yeah.
In 20 years, you're gonna look back and be like, our
and then
wedding,
my birthday
you know?
next month.
And then obviously the 12th season premiere of Pretty Basic.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I was also telling Cal on the way home, I was like, I feel so blessed that like we have the coolest life ever. Everything is always so cool in this life. So like, yes, it was so amazing, but also I just feel so blessed every single day, and I feel love every single day.
I have so many thoughts. One, also, I feel like it was so special. Obviously, every influencer can do it however they want to, but you included your fans and viewers in a way that was so special because they have grown up with you. They're the reason why you were able to have this elaborate wedding, and it was so beautiful. And like you including them felt so special. It didn't feel cringy. I feel like there's a fine line where influencer weddings can feel very cringy, where it's like, oh, you're just trying to get views. It was so natural.
Genuine
and
sharing.
I don't know how to articulate that correctly, but that's just like the main thing. And also, again, the reason why it was the best day was just that aura and that love. Even if we were in a field with nothing else, like it would feel that way still. Like
I genuinely feel that.
Yeah.
Thank you though for saying that.
Yes, obviously we have a lot that we want to get into, but before we do that, we have to give a shout out to Simply Pop. If you haven't heard of these babies, oh my God, Our new obsession.
Simply Pop is the new prebiotic soda that's brought to you by Simply. They're so delicious. When we drove out for the wedding, we went to a store to go grab drinks and I found it there. I got my fruit punch, obviously. If you guys have not tried them, they are delicious. There's 5 flavors. There's strawberry, we have lime, we have citrus punch, we have fruit punch, which is personally my favorite. And then we have pineapple mango. They are delicious. When you chill them ice cold, it tastes like you are like on a beach. It's fantastic.
And yeah, the best part is that every single one is made with real fruit juice. There's no added sugar and it's sweetened with juice and monk fruit extract. And that is how it tastes so good. And on top of that, it also has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, vitamin C, and zinc. You guys know we are currently on tour with Simply Pop. We love them. Shout out to you guys. Our next stop is Denver, July 31st. We're so excited. Tickets are still available. So if you want some, we'll have the link in the description, obviously.
Our tour is called Spill the Pop. It's been so much fun already.
Tickets are free. Simply Pop is seriously taking such good care of you guys. There is merch. There are just like so much stuff happening. And so far we've had such good responses on it all. And yeah, I can't wait for Girl Talks, live little podcast moments. And to meet some of you guys. So we are very, very, very excited. Again, Denver, July 31st, and then we are hitting Miami, and then we're hitting Atlanta. It's going to be so much fun.
And don't worry, guys, if you want to come to the Atlanta or the Miami show, then check out our socials to be updated with when those tickets will be available. And you guys can also check out cokeurl.com/simplypoptour to get more information about all of our stuff. We all know and love Simply, their juices, their lemonades, that iconic shape of the bottle. I actually got some to have for the morning that we actually got ready.
Yes.
I got it for you. I was at the store and I was like, Alisha Marie's going to want some orange juice.
You know what? I poured myself a cup.
Did you?
I hope you know I poured myself a whole cup.
I forgot to tell you, actually.
No, and I found it. Don't you worry.
Good.
Don't you worry.
She always just like, she has an orange juice, Simply orange juice sensor. You know where it's at.
I knew exactly where it's at. And I did have some of these the day of your wedding. I'm not going to lie.
No, you guys, seriously, they're so refreshing. There's nothing like opening a cold one and just relaxing in the sun. It's summer. I only want fruity drinks in the summer, so it's actually perfect.
Lately, every single night I've been watching my favorite reality show at the moment and popping open a cold little Simply Pop, and I'm out of fruit punch in my house now because I've been on a kick of that. But
it's getting hot out. When I'm hot, the only thing I want is a fruity drink. That's all that will help me to just escape the hot weather, and it's so delicious. It's made with real fruit juice, so it's absolutely perfect for those hot summer days. If you're going to the beach, if you're watching TV at home, put it in like a cute little wine glass with some ice to spruce it up a little bit. You can add like a little garnish if you want.
Yes.
They are delicious.
And if you haven't even tried Simply Pop, definitely try it out. Go to cokeurl.com/simplypop. Trust me, the fruit punch, the strawberry, the lime, it's so good.
Thank you so much to Simply Pop for sponsoring this episode, and let's get back into the wedding talk.
Should we get into the crazy weekend?
Before we get into the full debrief of the podcast, we first just want to say, as a married couple, no, I'm sorry, we won't be annoying. But thank you guys so much for all of the love online. I swear, it must just because it's my name and because it's me, but like every swipe on TikTok is some beautiful person leaving us the most amazing, sweet message about the wedding and just being excited for Cal and I. And it feels so surreal. We can't express how much we appreciate the love and the support from the get-go, from our relationship from 6 years ago until now. And it's been so cool I kept getting like choked up when I was talking about it when I was getting ready, but like me choking up right now, how Cal's been in my life for 6 years, which has been the best 6 years of my life. But I've been making content for like 12 years now, I think longer than that. And it's so cool that so many of you have been around, even BC before Cal, and it's just so cool
era.
to going through so many cool life events with you guys has been such a blessing. And
get ready with me for dates.
The getting ready with me for dates. Even Steph and Kay and Murph and everybody being in my bridal party was so surreal for me, and also like seeing everyone talk about it too, because like if you watch my college vlogs, which is right when I started my channel, like Steph and I were going to Michael's every day making like DIY Disney whatever Disney adult things, and it means so much that you guys are just as invested in my life and my family and my friends as I am in my life and my family and my friends. And it's so cool. So we're just so appreciative, and thank you for all the love. I had so many doubts throughout the whole process as someone who like, I feel like I'm figuring out a new version of my taste, if that makes any sense.
This is turning 30.
Yeah, and I like
You're
to
evolving.
be validated, which I know it's not everything, and at the end of the day, it also doesn't matter, but to be validated in so many choices that I was so unsure of, like from my dress. I hated my dress, and then I loved my dress, and then I hated my dress, and then I loved my dress, and just like seeing the genuine love and like everything, just it meant the world to me. So thank you guys so much. So there were so many things that I was like, is this ugly? I don't know. And I was like, no, go with your gut.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm learning a new sense of my own taste, becoming I was gonna say becoming an adult, but I've been an adult for a long time. Just being in this phase of my life, and so I just really appreciate it, and it meant a lot. So thank you guys.
Y'all have the nicest fan base.
No, literally.
Like everyone's been so kind and loving, and it's been like so heartwarming to just like be on the internet. You know,
I know, and a very scary place.
I've never
so
seen
safe.
Cal so active. I love it. I was like, hey, like I like tagged people in my thing, and you were like one of the first ones to see it, and I was just like, I can't imagine.
I've never been on Instagram
like that. It was the Bachelorette, and it was the wedding.
No, but like I just like I can't even imagine. Again, we're beaming. I can't imagine how you guys feel. I have to honestly. My For You page also has just been crazy.
It's all Remi.
I love it so much.
I think that's just our algorithm.
No, I don't think so.
It's really, really sweet, and thank you guys. Also, I was telling Alisha last night. You don't know this yet, Ollie, but Cal's been so cute. Cal is inactive on Instagram. It was so funny during your birthday post for me, which was in February. He literally ends his caption by saying, "See you guys probably at the wedding," because you knew you weren't going to post again till now. But it was so cute because we got home from traveling, and I parked the car and I go inside, and I have actually like 400 messages for like 3 hours. I was responding to texts and just people like, you know, all my girlfriends, all my friends, like the group chat, the bridal party group chat, the bachelorette group chat, like everything is popping off. Like everyone's just like talking about everything. And I was like, Cal, I'm so sorry. Like I'm someone also who like, I have zero texts at all times. Like I will, which is very not Aquarius of me. Me not crying at the wedding, very Aquarius of me. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. I bet your phone's blowing up too. And he goes, nope. Like he was like, no one was texting.
Also, I know you both get this, and I know I say this all the time to you, but she's so funny when she laughs to herself with text, and then you think she's gonna like tell you what it is, and then you're just like, she's like nothing. So I can only imagine.
She literally lolls at her phone.
I do. I need everyone to know the way that I text is all caps. Ha ha ha. I do laugh.
No,
I mean, and then we text and then we're not laughing.
If I'm not laughing, I put LOL just so everyone knows.
Right? It's just so funny because I can only imagine Cal being like, what's especially like such a big
what's
thing.
Up?
Like, what's going on?
What am I missing?
Then Ollie was so so cute. Cal, he put in our group chat because we have it changed from Mr. and Miss Frog to now future Mr. and Mrs. Frog. We're now Mr. and Mrs. Frog. And it's a group chat with me, Ollie, and Cal. And after I told Cal, like, oh, my phone's blowing up, he texts in our group chat and goes, hey, could you guys add me to some chats too so I could see what's going on?
I had the thought to be like, we should add Cal to this.
And then I wasn't added.
You were added to the shared album.
To the shared album.
We will bring back our group chat as a foursome. I apologize for that. I guess I could have added you to the Miss Remi Bridal, Mrs. Remi Bridal chat.
It's all good.
I'm chilling right now.
But I will say also, I just, in my head, you don't post on Instagram. So I didn't, and I figured once we get the photos back, we'll do like, our posting together. But he was like, hey, would you collab post me on this? And I was like, I would love to.
I didn't want to do the work. I just want to
just reap the benefits.
Yeah. I just wanted to,
No, it was sweet.
It's so special.
Be a part of it. Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet. And we will get into it again later. And I'm sorry, I keep like foreshadowing everything, but
no, this is why they're here. They have their popcorn. They are fine.
But what I love, my favorite part, let's say our favorite part from the wedding overall.
Oh, man. The ceremony was like insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
It was so special and beyond my wildest dreams. And it's been really fun too, going back and watching the vlog footage, because we said so many things to the vlog that like we were just speaking and then they kind of almost came true. My favorite part of the whole wedding was the ceremony / also Cal is very reserved and quiet in real life. And we speak all the time. We have like the most open line of communication always. So like, I know how we feel about each other, but we're also not PDA people. Like we're not making out all the time. Like we hold hands on the occasion, that's kind of really it. So even Kaylee was like, I didn't know you guys liked each other that much. It was so funny. But it was
Only
really,
I knew that.
I'm so proud of you for being so vulnerable.
Yeah.
But also, I'm so happy that everyone got to see your heart and how special you are, because oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I think it's just really cool that everyone got to see like your heart, because you don't really speak like that ever. And I was just so proud of you. And I'm like, I tell everybody, I'm like, I'm obsessed with him. Like, but not everyone gets to see why. And everyone at that wedding got to see like why I'm so obsessed with you and why I'm so in love with you.
Me and Suze were like, we loved Cal, but damn. Wow.
I'm sure I will cry more in this episode, but yes, just to say we're so appreciative of all you guys, and it's been so funny. Also, not only have we been like crying because it's so sweet, we've been laughing because we've seen some theories online that are so funny, you guys, and we're gonna address them head on today because they're so funny.
No.
Molegate.
We need to talk about Molegate, you guys.
Okay, we should talk about your decision to not post the date.
Oh, yes.
Because that's like the first thing.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. So there were so many theories about the date. A lot of people got it right. I also thought it was funny that there was so much chatter online, because I do think if you are a pretty basic stan, it wasn't the most surprising because A, I've talked about always wanting a June wedding. And I will say I went back and forth because, again, we were trying to plan the honeymoon around it. But as soon as we dropped that plan, we were like, it's happening in June. And also people were trying to guess the date. And people were thinking, I never went out of my way to like deceive anybody. Like, please know that it was funny because I saw a lot of chatter online. People be like, they're all quiet. Like, they're not posting. Yeah. But like, I didn't go out of my way to like post fake things. Like, I didn't care to do that, honestly. I just was like, oh, I'm going to live in the moment. And I really wasn't on my phone the weekend of, but the date thing was a really big talk online, which honestly was really cool. So thank you guys for caring about what day the wedding was.
It was crazy because I saw people be like, oh my God, Alisha clearly only got rid of her mole as an alibi to use that to say the wedding wasn't happening. So people thought like all this stuff. And I literally was like, the way that I couldn't even think of that is crazy.
But I will say it was really cute. They're like, that's a best friend. And I was like, and she would do. I wish we had thought that. We didn't.
But like,
she
how
would
does
do
that
for
even
me.
make logical sense?
Also, if anything, after I got it removed, I was like, oh shit. It should be fixed by healed by then. But like, I didn't really realize the fact that what if it's not? I mean, luckily I have bangs and it'll cover it and like it'd be fine. But I had a moment being like, oh shit. Like,
can you guys
hope it
explain
heals.
in case they haven't seen that?
Oh, Melina. Okay. So I basically posted that I got my mole removed, as y'all know.
She looks gorge.
Thank you. In my solo episode, we talked all about
very
it.
Flat.
Yeah.
She's so flat. She's so skinny and small. And
she
it was
on
just,
Ozempic.
She's a whisper.
Funny because, obviously it needs to heal, and they said I could wear makeup in a few days and stuff. So I was like, okay. But then I was like, oh my God, what if I ruin Remi's wedding with this scar on my face because I got Melina removed? So it was just funny because...
You would have been like Harry Potter.
Exactly. But it was just funny because people thought
But you posted that in real time too.
I know.
Like it's not like we were lying about anything.
Could you imagine though, if I had a Band-Aid the whole time and then after your wedding I took it off and I never got it removed?
Oh,
and like
my
that was
God.
the alibi. That's what people were acting
But
like
I'm
it was.
confused what
That's
they mean.
funny.
Like they
To
think...
distract. I think they were like, oh, she clearly did that to distract people from all the wedding stuff happening.
Okay.
Oh.
And I was like, imagine I was like, bitches,
Surprise, she's back.
Top hat.
She's back.
That's funny.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but no, we never had an active conversation of like, let's deceive people
Honestly,
or anything.
the biggest reason why I did not post the date or location was for safety purposes.
Yeah. Understandably so.
There are a lot of crazy people out there, and I mean, we actively don't post like where we're at
In lifetime.
Even if we're even if we're at a restaurant or something, like we don't post while we're there just for safety purposes. You never know. So that was the main reason why, honestly. And then also going with that. Oh, I know we had a conversation on Pretty Basic at one point where I wasn't sure if I was going to allow people to post in real time or not. And something that I was really paying attention was with Jazz's wedding. Just Jazzy, if you guys saw her on TikTok, I'm sure we all saw. She got married at the castle where they filmed Blank Space for Taylor Swift. It was beautiful.
Oh my God, I didn't know
so gorgeous. And they posted in real time. And I looked at that and I was like, wow, like I think that's really cool. And it looked really fun. But ultimately after watching, and then also to be honest, going with the exclusive, again, you can't post. The point of an exclusive is they want to have the photos first. That's literally the exclusive, obviously. So once the exclusive was locked in, I couldn't have done it either way anyways. Yeah. But one thing for me was I was like, well, it's really cool to post in real time. It puts a lot of people at risk with safety, whether it's us, whether it's someone who's at the wedding, whether it's literally whatever. Like you don't know.
But that was the best way it happened because everyone was so present.
Yeah.
So fucking present. I was freaking out the week before because I was like, okay, Rem, we need to like game plan like what we're telling people, because to get 150 people not to post you're in Santa Barbara, because like here's the other thing, we could have gone about it where it's like, hey, just don't post what matters, which is the dress or like things at the venue or the ceremony and stuff. I mean, my mom's a teacher. When you realize your mom know, like you can't tell you can't tell people not to do certain things because someone will ruin it.
They'll think.
So that's why we were like, let's just be safe. Let's just say, don't even post you're in Santa Barbara. Please wait until this date. You were so sweet. The text that you guys sent out to people just being like, hi, for safety reasons. Like, please don't. I sent a follow-up to everyone. I was like, hi, Remi's an angel. And even if you ruin it for her, she will forgive you, but I will not. I was like, if you fuck this up, no one posted.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I think they were scared of Alisha.
I would be too. But everybody, and I have to say again, this is like a testament to every guest that came. Every influencer wedding we've been to, everyone asks to hold the stuff, because whether it's like the influencer wants to be the first one to post, there is an exclusive or something like that, or again for safety purposes, every single wedding I feel like, for the most part, like something gets leaked. And a big thing with an exclusive, again, is obviously it's the exclusive. So
can you explain what that is?
The idea of exclusive is like they are the first ones to post the content, like in tandem or on their own, whatever it is. So one thing that's with an exclusive is if someone leaks it or like something gets out, then you lose the exclusive. And I talked about this on Pretty Basic already last week, but while the exclusive and working with brides was such a dream come true for me, beyond that, it was a dream come true for every vendor there. And they were able to highlight all of the amazing small businesses that were a part of the wedding. And someone like Jason, who is an actual god.
No, the scooter, we can't,
Crazy.
icon. I love it. I wish we need to hang out because I wasn't in much of the planning, like, but I love him.
I want to hang out with him.
And then he was here when I wasn't here,
Alisha.
so I can't wait for him to come on.
He's going to come back on, you guys, because there was some stuff that happened at the wedding that
insane.
He told me already that like he'll do the wedding. Like for instance, his last wedding, not this wedding. Poor guy, he's been having a tough year. He got into a car accident on the way to the Sunday activities. And he was not the one directly impacted. Like he was kind of on the sideline. But the two cars that crashed were so bad, they had to use the jaws of life on these people.
What's that?
Like the thing to like break them, to break them out. And so it was like a very serious accident. Everyone's okay, but it was a very serious accident. Like, and so he doesn't tell the bride and groom. He's like, I'm gonna figure this out. And then after the wedding, like a week after, you do like a meeting and he goes through everything that like, oh my God, and this happened, like just a tea spill. So I told him, hold it, let's do it on PB because I want to hear the tea.
I want to hear his side. There was a few things we had heard, but we were like, also obviously anything serious, I feel like you would want to know, but like I'm glad you didn't.
My life was as much of a stress ball as and that's the thing. I was a stress ball as it is for no goddamn reason. I'm so glad that no one told me anything because goodbye. Goodbye. Jason and his scooter were the absolute star of the weekend.
Yeah. You
guys know, and he'll talk about it again when he comes on. Like he just was such a champ, and he was so incredible.
He leaned into it being funny too.
So funny.
He's funny, naturally.
He was serving on that.
He knew he was. Like when I saw photos of him, and he was like serving face on his scooter, and I was like, yes.
It was so good.
am obsessed. I forget who told me. I think it might have been Kay and Phil. They said that they walked up to him and were like, at the rehearsal dinner, he was on the scooter, but he was backed into a corner to like not be, seen by anyone. And they're like, is this going to be your new thing? Like, are you going to have do every wedding in a wheelchair, like an electric scooter now? Because it's iconic.
Zooming.
And he literally goes, I'm already gay and loud. I can't have also this too.
I love him.
I love him amazing. Truly, it's so funny because we've talked every single minute since the wedding has been over. And I was as the wedding was nearing, I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to get to talk to him as much anymore. Cause we don't have anything to plan. And he was like, sorry, we're locked in together forever. I'm obsessed with him and we're soulmates.
I want to hang out with him too.
He's so funny. And we every day have been like just seeing all the response online. And again, like I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, it's not just your day.
It's such a reflection of every single vendor. The florists, the catering,
even your makeup artist,
the hair, every single person.
Everyone got credited too.
As they should, and that's the thing. Like that's why I was so excited for this, and it's such a huge accomplishment for these people that work in the bridal industry. But it was so funny because he and I both have been like seeing all the sweet sentiments online, and I'm like, well, just so you know. It was because of you. And he's like, well, this was because of you. And I'm like, well, this is because of you. And he said, well, this is because of you. And we're like literally fighting.
No, you guys
each
broke the
other.
internet.
It was such a beautiful, it literally was beyond our wildest dreams.
Yeah.
But Yes. Those are the theories that I've seen so far, and it's really funny.
I've seen a ton of really, really, really sweet comments, and obviously, like, we would be here for days and weeks if I was reading all of them. But one of them I just brought up because I was skimming through it, and I was like, Remi, the way I've seen so many people be like, you guys don't understand, I'm so invested because this parasocial relationship, like, I feel like I've grown up with her. I feel like she's my best friend. Like, this has that's my sister in my head. This is a huge deal. I grew up with her on YouTube. To be honest, I love her. I remember her first vlog getting Daisy. Remi's now married. Oh my God. She taught me, helped me learn English. I remember her college haul. It's so.
You impact so many lives.
I've been refreshing your own posts and reading comments, smiling. I'm like,
literally.
Like, I've actually been like, oh my God, like, it's just so special. It's so special. So I know
you need to go through one day and just go through all the comments.
Yeah,
that's so
we can print them out. We can like whatever you know.
When
Like
you're having a bad day,
you should make a little book.
It really is so sweet. Thank you all so much. Little did I know, getting married would be like the best thing ever. It's been so fun, like getting to see everybody online and like putting faces to like comments to like the amount of people have like made TikToks like with their face and like, oh my God,
you remember
that's
their
so
comments,
cool. It's really meant a lot, and it's just been so surreal and has just made again the experience after, as sad as I am that it's over, so much more fun.
I really
let's do another one.
Let's do it.
Literally, let's run it back next weekend.
Next anniversary.
Weekend too.
Perfect. Weekend too. Meet you at the hangar. I love it.
Wait,
that
that's
would be iconic.
Could you imagine?
She's like, wait, write that down.
I'm like, wait, how do we do this?
I'm not doing the ceremony again, though. There's no way.
It's okay, just
I want to do that again.
Night market round weekend 2.
Yes.
We'll do it at your house.
And this time I'll eat.
Because now we have everything.
Yeah, this time we'll actually like eat food.
Should we just go to K-Town and like hit all the vendors that were there?
I was like, should we throw our own night market?
Yeah.
We'll hire all the same people, bring them out. Let's do it again.
No. Oh my God.
The same catering.
Insane, right?
Insane.
You guys, let me just say also, when I was writing the article or like answering all the questions for the brides article, one question was like, what's future advice you have or advice you have for future brides? And I said, I don't think they even put it in the article, but I said that I know we had a longer engagement too. We had almost 2 years, but I know the planning process can be very stressful and I know it feels long, but savor as much as you can of the process because the day goes by so fast.
It's one day.
Like I didn't eat the food at the wedding because I felt so sick the entire day from like nerves and nausea. I'm not pregnant, just nerves. But I was like, well, at least I got to eat at that food tasting. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking about that. Yeah. And I had such an amazing experience with you and my parents being there. Like I'm savoring all those moments just as much as I'm savoring the actual wedding. Yeah. So really soak up like the cake tasting, the food tasting, like all that stuff is so, I know it's really stressful in the moment and it feels like every decision is really big, but it's its own, like it feels like such a fun lead up to it.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice to future brides or grooms out there?
Personally, I just don't think you'll never feel emotionally ready for like the actual day because there was so many times in my head where I'm like, I just know I need to take a moment, take some deep breaths and then be able to take it all in. But there's so much happening all at once that like, just kind of, go with the flow. Like, don't like get too overwhelmed and like simmer in that and just kind of, also stick with each other, like bride and groom.
We did a really bad job at that.
We did a bad job, but I will say like having that as like a task for me the whole day to be like, I need to be near her.
We did a good job up until the end and that's totally fine.
And that's fine. Yeah. I think having that like as my kind of, to do throughout the whole day, like helped me stay grounded at least and like be present and be like, okay, this is what I need to do is like this and like nothing else. And that, helped me at least like, create memories together instead of just like be apart and like not know what's going on and be flooded by people and everything. Yeah.
I totally agree. The 2 pieces of advice that we got from every bride and groom, we did not listen. Not on purpose.
We did our best.
We did our best.
We did
what we could do with what we were given. First off was stay together the whole night.
Which there was no way that was going to happen for us to stick together the whole night.
Also, you had a whole after party too. Most people just have the ceremony and reception. So like that's a whole other,
and we did a good job up till the after party.
And you had fun.
I feel like, and it was an unspoken thing. We were like, bye. And
then we were like, it's time to like enjoy the after party. Because we were both really looking forward to the after party and we were like, we're going to enjoy it.
Also, like, you wanted time with your boys, and I wanted time to scream and run around. So, like, we had our fun there for sure.
Tong Hulu.
The other, let's go. The other thing was to have a moment where you could, like, look out over all your guests, which strictly by the way that we built a tent, we couldn't do that. So we didn't. But I imagine that would have been lovely.
Yeah. Well, here, my thought that whole time, because I recognized that we didn't do it, but I was like, we're going to get a bunch of video of everyone and their like
and we're reliving it on
anyway.
our TV. Exactly.
Yeah, so
I feel the exact same way.
I don't really regret doing like
put all of that footage raw and export it so you have one video of like
master
home video, just a master, like in that way instead of the drive.
Well, I'm really excited to get the dad cam back because I heard a lot of people did that.
Erin had it
videographer
most of the day because she gave it to me and then I gave it to him, and I think he killed that.
I can't wait for that. I will have to say, I'm really proud of myself for one thing specifically. I was so chill.
Yeah,
I let things roll off my back in a way that I have never let things roll off my back before.
I was shocked you were not a bridezilla.
I know. There was so much going on the morning of, so much stuff going on. So many things were going wrong the morning of. And I'm in the back of the bus. And I have to say, I think it's because I had Looney on me too. Like, she was my emotional support animal because I was like, I wasn't actually like aggravated, but there was just a lot happening. And Uran looks at me and goes, being very zen right now. Yeah. And I was just like,
it's the dog.
I just can't care. Like, I what's the point of like getting upset? Like, actually, what's the point of getting upset?
You're like, I have to reserve every ounce of energy I have.
Exactly. Yes. But I was very proud that like I did that naturally. Because normally as a control freak who wants to make sure we're on schedule and everything, it was out of my control. So why stress?
Yeah. Also, you're like, other people can deal with that.
Yeah.
Like that's like
also
why
it's
I
your
have
wedding.
I will say
it revolves around you. You're a princess.
As you should be.
Let's get into the debrief of the weekend.
Okay, have you ever tried to make a website and halfway through you're like, why does this look so outdated? This looks like a website from 2004. I'll have this super clear vision in my head. I'll know exactly what I want it to look like. And then I try to use a random website builder I found and I can't move anything. Or I can only choose like 4 different fonts and they're so outdated. You have these like low-key ugly templates that just don't let you change anything or personalize, customize anything about the layout. And you basically just give up. I know some of you feel that pain. And that's where Wix.com comes in and changes everything. With Wix, I actually feel like I'm designing something that looks and feels like me. You can start completely from scratch, or you can also choose one of their 2,000 designer-made templates. And the best part is that every single one is customizable and the tools are super intuitive. It's all drag and drop. So if you're like me and Rem and you don't want to have to deal with coding or complicated menus, you don't have to. It's just fun and easy. There's even an AI image studio that helps you create custom visuals and graphics without leaving the platform. Plus, it's not just about how the site looks. If you're selling products, offering services, running a blog, or taking bookings, Wix has all of that functionality built in already. You don't need to download plugins or figure out other tools. It's all there from the start. And it seriously saves so much time. I feel like that's where a lot of people get stuck, especially when they're first starting out. Wix makes it feel easy to understand and doable, even if you're not a tech savvy person. And Wix has been around for almost 20 years and you can really tell. Trust me, they have all the glitches figured out and they've figured out exactly what creators, entrepreneurs, and small business owners need. It's honestly perfect whether you're building a site for your brand, launching a project, or you just want, space that feels personal and unique. So ready to create your own website? Go to Wix.com. That's Wix.com to start building your website today. Thanks to Wix for sponsoring our show. This episode is sponsored by Cotton.
Summer is just around the corner and I am so ready for all the cute looks, but I am also here for all those cozy nights in when the AC is blasting and you just want to curl up in something soft. You guys know I love anything soft, and I've been paying way more attention to the fabrics that I'm wearing, especially for those comfy staples. I mean, I did say that if I was a sunny angel, I'd be one wearing a sweatshirt and leggings, as we know. Needless to say, comfy staples are pretty much my brand and very on brand for me.
Same. This is why we're best friends. And honestly, I had no idea how much synthetic stuff I was wearing until I was, started checking tags. I was so surprised to see how many pieces that I thought were natural were actually loaded with synthetics. And guess what? My favorite pair of jeans were actually 100% cotton.
With summer coming up, I just want fabrics that feel good on my skin. Cotton is natural and breathable. It's truly my favorite fabric to wear. It's perfect for those hot days when you still want to look cute and stay comfortable. I threw on a cotton tank the other day and it felt like the perfect weight. Not too heavy, not too thin.
And it's not just about comfort, it's about durability. I have some cotton tees and hoodies that still look great after so many washes. Meanwhile, some of the other like synthetic pieces pill or stretch just after a few wears, and cotton actually holds up and keeps its shape.
That matters, especially when you're investing in those classic pieces, a good pair of jeans, a go-to hoodie, or that perfect oversized tee that should last and not fall apart after one season.
Cotton is also gentle on the skin, which is huge for me. I get irritated easily, especially when it's hot and sticky outside. Cotton just feels good, whether you are lounging on the couch, running errands, or hanging out by the pool.
Learn more about the benefits of cotton products for yourself, your style, and your space at thefabricofourlives.com. First off, Cal and I went up on Wednesday and we had to drive 2 separate cars because my car had the dogs and all of the snacks, and Cal's car had the dresses. And that was it.
Car going
His big car literally had to be all the seats down, just simply dresses.
Dresses and luggage,
Dresses, luggage, and tux. His custom. I know you saw his custom tux.
That one button.
The one button. So we drove up on Wednesday and we got settled in. And then Thursday, I wanted to get there extra early to do a tour of the venue, because when we originally decided on it, I didn't vlog that day. So I was like, I need to show the before. And also we wanted to stuff the crane machine. So we got there early to do that. And then we spent the rest of Thursday packing up all the welcome bags, doing all the stickers on the bags, all that kind of stuff, which I have to say, in the moment, I was so beyond stressed and I feel like I did bite off more than I could chew. But looking back, I'm so happy with how everything turned out. And I got the funniest comment on my vlog today that was like, wow, no wonder she's been so stressed. This was a full production, and it was a full production event, you guys. So
and you're still working. You've been working nonstop since we got back.
Yeah.
I had to get the vlogs
right
out.
now.
Yeah.
I'm working as we speak, but I wanted to get all the content. I wanted to do daily vlogs because I'm excited to watch it all back. So it's been really, really fun. But that was our Thursday. And then did you text me Thursday, or did Shoegate happen Thursday or Friday?
Shoegate was Thursday because we left Friday.
Thursday. Okay, yes. Okay. So Thursday, we're in the midst of that.
You know, I had my dress, I had everything, and especially like maid of honor, I'm like, I can't fuck up anything. You know what I mean? So when I go to pack, I had this like brown Dolce Vita shoebox in my glam room for the longest time. So I'm like, those are the shoes, obviously. Now, this was my fault. I should have checked, a week before. Let's just make sure the shoes are in there. And there were shoes in there, but the wrong ones. Okay. And I was like, whose shoes are these?
In your defense, all the boxes are the same from the outside.
You know what? But I still should have opened it, because I had it for a month. So I open it and I'm like, oh no, these aren't my wedding shoes. And all of us bridesmaids have the exact same pair.
BB kitten heels.
So I was like, well, they were like Remi's. So I was like, like, she must have mine. Maybe we accidentally switched or something. So obviously I'm like, I'm not going to bother Remi because I know everyone's probably texting you guys for stupid things that they could ask other people. So I'm like, easy. I'll just buy a second pair.
If I could say one thing, do not text your friends that are getting married questions that are on the website or the invite.
It's criminal.
If I could just say one thing.
That was probably
I love you all.
The only frustrating thing of the weekend was getting texted the dumbest questions.
Which I will say though, that happens to everyone. Every bride and groom friend that we had was like, it comes with the territory of having a wedding.
What is the dumbest thing each of you were asked?
We were asked hey,
did I leave my shoes at your house?
From someone very close, asked the dress code like a few days before. Yeah. Someone very close, very, very close. And I was like, oh, it's on the website. And also, we're supposed to like leave soon.
Yeah. Like so many of them are like dress code questions that are just so easily
there's
answered.
a mood board.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The website had full blown mood boards and all that, but that's okay.
Obviously, I'm like, I'm not going to bother texting Remi. Let me just order another pair of shoes. I can overnight them because I'm going to keep looking, but I really don't think they're here because the spot they would be, there's different shoes. So I'm like, shit. Okay, easy. Boom. They're like 2 stores by me, closed. I'm like, okay, it's fine. So I'm like, let me go online. Online only. Will only come overnight by like Monday. And I was like, okay. So then I text Tommy and I'm like, hey, no big deal. I don't want to stress Rem out, but I can't find my shoes and I don't think they're here because it's the situation. And he's like, oh no, do you have the ones from the batch? And I was like, yes. He was like, okay, maybe Kaylee can bring hers. Worst case, you two, since you're the maiden matron, can have different shoes. And I was like, okay, even though it's not good enough. I was like, okay, it's fine. He's like, I'm going to call every Nordstrom, every Macy's. He literally hit up Dolce Vita, like the account. I DM'd them like, hi, how can I get in charge with someone ASAP? No one opened it. And I was like, fuck, I did unsend it now. And then he's like, still waiting to hear back from my girl. Let me call Macy's. Let me call Nordstrom. Everywhere sold out. Everywhere sold fucking out. And I start stressing because I'm like, oh my God. The one thing I'm going to do is not mess up that. Like at least let it be something like out of my control, not something that's fucking, I'm just like, oh my God, Remi's going to be so pissed. I'm like, it's fine. Alisha, we got this. So I'm like looking and I'm like, I really don't think it's here. I text my assistant. I text Tommy. I text Abigail. I text Ollie and I'm like, SOS, I might need your key because, I also text my house cleaner being like, hi, have you seen these? She's like, no, not at all. But I've seen them at Remi. So I'm like, okay, maybe the boxes did get switched because why else would I have Remi's shoes here? And then I was like, oh my God, because your assistant's on maternity leave, we had my assistant do a few like shipping out things. What if she accidentally shipped out the wrong pair of shoes, which is why I have these white shoes. I text stylist. I'm like, SOS, how can you get me these shoes? I will overnight them from New York. Someone in LA has to have them.
Like, I'm getting on a flight right now to New York.
No, literally, I was like,
Dolce Vita in Soho.
I was like, this is my double wears Prada moment. It's just a drizzly. Like, figure it out, guys.
But like, it's a 4-hour flight, and then if I come back
I would make it.
I could fly into Santa Barbara.
Exactly. I was stressing, and I was like, so I would tell Tommy, I'm like, okay, do I ask Rem because that my only thought is like these may have gotten switched or something, and then he was like, I think you should text her. And I go, damn it. So I'm like, hi, babe. Hi, girl.
Hope you're relaxing.
No, hope you're relaxing. No big deal.
I don't want my fucking shoes.
Do you have my shoes? And I just knew. I was like, damn it. Like,
I really, like, why the fuck would I have your shoes?
No, truly. I was like, I feel so bad. Even Amazon wouldn't even come to. And then, of course, they're an online only shoe. And I was just like, oh my God, this
What would you
sucks.
have done had the shoes not come?
We had some back because those were technically dupes of like designer ones. And I was like, I'm just going to have to eat it and get the designer version. And like, it'll be fine.
Than everyone else.
No. Pray that no one looks at my shoes.
I'm like, oh yeah, Alisha, you can buy them actually for the whole bridal party then.
No, and I would. I'd be like, what's everyone's shoe size again?
I feel like that would have been fair.
No.
And
you know, I was gonna figure it out.
You did.
Everyone's getting
I would be so.
Red would clash so bad.
I will be so honest. I was very stressed. I
knew
did
you
have
were.
a meltdown.
I knew you were, and that's why I was like, this is why I didn't want to talk to her about it. And I knew you were stressing because I go to call Ollie and it goes straight to voicemail. It goes, they're talking on the phone. I was like, yeah.
Oh, we actually weren't even. No.
Oh, well then she just.
And
he said, I want no part in this.
I was like,
he said, I have my shoes.
Silence.
I mean, you found them though.
I looked through the garage, which why would the fuck they be in the garage? And then they ended up being in
Buried
a bag
in the front yard.
that Ashley had borrowed. We found them, so it was fine. But I was more pissed. No, I don't deserve that. I was more pissed because I only hit you up because
You're pissed because you had to talk to me.
I had to talk to you. I was 99% sure. I was like, I think Laura accidentally shipped these out to someone, or I swear like they're not here. If I knew they were at my house for a fact, I would have never even brought it up to you because I would have found them. But regardless, that was Shoegate.
It would have been fine regardless, even if you're barefoot. I mean, I was barefoot the whole time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm really happy that my vision came true of the dresses and the shoes. If you guys missed it, the dress was so beautiful. I had a really hard time picking out what dress for the bridesmaids, and I know it's really popular to pick a certain style or color and then pick a certain color or fabric and then everybody get different dresses with that color or fabric. But I personally have always been a fan of the bridesmaids matching. I know it's a little bit more traditional. I just think it's so beautiful and cohesive, and I kind of was always like, oh, I think I would do that. But that's another thing that I was like so back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, is this gonna look weird? Like, I swear to God, on Pinterest, I searched same bridesmaids dress so many times, and it's like not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
no one does it. And
trendy.
I will say I totally understand, like, because there's different body types. Some people like to show arms, some people don't. Like, I totally respect that and understand that. The dress that I actually chose, it's called the Persephone dress.
Persephone.
I wore it to
Persephone?
Yeah, I wore it to Heath and Mariah's wedding, and I was vlogging. And I was like, it's called Persephone. And Cal in the background goes, did you just call it Persephone? I was like, what is it really? It's the Persephone from House of CB, and I wore it in black to Heath and Mariah's wedding because their dress code was all black. And I loved it because it was so comfortable, but I felt so sexy in it. But I love that it has like the little satin to like cover up the stomach area. It had like a corset, but it wasn't too tight. Like I could actually breathe and eat in it. And so when I started looking for bridesmaids dresses, I saw a lot of people online. Another theory, people thought that I was going to do some sort of blue in the wedding, which I had the hardest time picking a color palette because you could really do whatever. And like all the flowers are beautiful. Like you could do like bright colors, greens, pinks.
All flowers are beautiful.
They are. And so I had so much decision paralysis with everything, but I ultimately decided.
Which is rare for you.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm someone who's easy with making choices, but I initially, at first I was like, oh, I kind of want to do like blue and pink. And like there were also like lavenders. I saw like blue, pink, lavender, but it was really giving gender reveal. And I was like, I think I want to do something a little bit different than what I normally would do. I like butter yellow, but butter yellow's done so much now. And so ended up on the baby pink, and it just so happened that dress that I loved came in baby pink, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do it. I called Jason, I was like, what do you think? And he was like, I think it's beautiful. I think you go with your gut, because there were so many dresses I went back and forth on, and ultimately it looked so beautiful. I loved the shoes and the dresses matching, and then I also really loved that I told all the girls, do whatever you want with your hair, do whatever you want with your makeup. Like that's a really fun way to differentiate each other, and I thought it looked really beautiful, and I'm very happy with what we chose.
Me too. Also, because we weren't standing up with you, it makes it easy to point out who a bridesmaid is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Because
love
if
that.
we all wore different colors, we would just look like normal guests, which is fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think like that's something to think about. Like, oh, well, if they're not standing with me, like, yeah, I liked the uniform look too. And
agree.
the pink against the blue ocean, just like so
oh,
pretty.
I didn't even think about that. That would have been a lot of blue with the ocean. I didn't think about that. You're so right.
Good point.
Yes, and also for the bridesmen, which I had 11 people on my bridal party, and Cal had 11 people on his groom's party. 4 of mine were men, and so initially I was going to have them do pink pocket square, pink bow tie, but ultimately I had to get the bow ties made, and I wasn't sure. And then my tailor seamstress lady was so sweet. She was like, making a bow tie is actually a lot of work. So she was like, I want you to be 100% sure that this is what you want. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to ask them, because it would have cost a lot more money, obviously, for me to do that. And I was like, I'm going to let them wear what they want. So I texted the 4 gays, and I was like, everybody, or SOS urgent, do you want black or pink? Like, I actually really don't care, and I want you guys to wear what you want. And they all were like, let's wear black. And I was like, perfect.
It looked so
and it
good.
looked gorgeous and cohesive, and everyone matched, and I thought it was beautiful. And overall, so happy you found your shoes. But you did say you have a story for us as well.
Oh yeah, I figured while I'm apologizing, I can do it all at once. So going
She's
into,
been holding this one in.
No. It worked out. It all worked out.
It did.
But driving to Santa Barbara was probably one of the most stressed things that's ever happened into my life.
Why?
What?
Because we did not want to stress you.
Oh God, what happened?
No. Guys, so we stopped by your house to pick up the package that you were
find
looking
something.
for.
Yes.
Ended up not being there. And when we had looked up how long it was going to take to Santa Barbara, we were like, perfect, we'll be full glam, but we'll change there because we didn't want a 2-hour car ride in our suits and dresses and stuff. Let's just get there early enough. And I knew you kept being like, guys, if you want to come early. I was like, oh, I feel like she like wants people there early. Like it's exciting, you know? So I was like, we'll get there early. The way that somehow the detour of going to your house ended up, it was like a perfect time of Friday traffic where if we had left on time, we would have been there. That 30 minutes like detoured us. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, it says we're going to get there at 4. Like we were supposed to get here at 1:30.
My favorite thing was I texted Ollie. I was like, hey, so what's your ETA? Because everyone was supposed to be there at 3 at the latest, ready to go. And I text Ollie and I go, hey, what time are you arriving? And he goes, 3:30. And I went, you mean 2:30? And he goes, no, 3. And I was like, and I put my phone down. I walked away. I was like, there's nothing I can do. Again, I let it roll off. I said, there is nothing I can do.
Perfect. Because the real time was 4. And I was like, say 3:30. He was like, what do I reply? I was like, say 3:30.
And you know, I hate lying to you. So I was like,
oh, baby.
You know what?
When I followed up, you were like, fuck, I know.
well, I was like, she's replying, and they're like, just put your phone away. I was like, no.
Oh, my baby.
I was like, you know what? We're just going to say, I'm going to make up this time driving.
She did.
She flew.
You guys, this is
She
really
defied
bad.
gravity.
At one point, I was going 100.
Oh my
Like,
Alisha
God.
Marie.
I know. And it was not that important. It was not that important. I said, gays, hold on. And then literally Chesco next to me is holding on to like the thing.
No, he was mortified.
You guys,
no.
It's not worth that ever. Never do that again.
I know, but
it's never worth.
With the shoes, I was like, I'm just failing her. I need to get there early. I have one job. I'm the maid of honor, and I take my job seriously.
And then me and Uran in the back.
They're just like do. And then here's the thing. Like we were like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm like, I'm gonna make up time. Let's just see how we go. Of course, the second we get into Santa Barbara, just keep like, and they were even like, you should. Oh, and then you text. Oh, well, are you guys like dressed? We weren't.
We were not dressed.
Which I knew you knew, because here's the thing. You could have looked at your cameras when we were at your house. We were not dressed. So like then.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
See, in my head, I was like, okay, so we definitely weren't dressed. And then I was like, just tell her yes and we'll figure it out. Like that's just, we're going to figure it out.
And then
yes.
me.
He's like itching. He's like, yes, we're ready. And I was like, technically we're ready. We're not ready. We're like, oh my God.
I was like,
so driving, we're like, okay, fuck. We need to make up, not only do we need to make up time, we need to get dressed and like, we can't miss the shuttle. And then we were told 3:45 was the latest, like a shuttle would come. So we were like, okay, even if we get there right at 3:45, which is like, that's what it kept going from 3:45 to like 3:36, 3:45. And we're like, it's okay. And then I was just like, but we still need to change. So do we like, we can't roll up, not change because we're supposed to be changed. So I was like, oh my God, we're good. They were like, you should vlog this. This is funny. I was like, no, I can't even vlog because I'm that stressed. Like I was in an anxious bubble and I was just like, oh, we got this. So then there was open and I was like, guys, like, hold on. We're going. Go. We're in, in Santa Barbara where it forked and then there was 2 single lanes. Yeah. Everyone knew that. And there was cement barricades.
Oh yeah.
The next thing I know,
I ran straight through the cement.
I thought about it. I'm like going.
I thought about it.
No, I thought about it. I thought about it.
Well, we were on time once we got there in the cement thing.
We're driving. Mia calls me. She's like, hey, I looked on by my friends. I'm only like a few miles ahead of you and I'm worried about this shuttle, but I have Ken. And I was like, oh my God. Well, Aaron said worst case, he can drop us off anywhere because he's not in the bridal party and like, we'll figure it out. So I was like, hey guys, start changing in the car. And they're like, Chesco goes, I'm not wearing underwear.
I was down to change in the car.
And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, I can change in the car, but like start changing so we can just get out and go, Yeah.
He was like, absolutely not, Alisha.
He was like, I can't. And I was like, fuck, okay, fuck. So then Mia's like, I have a room at the Marmonte where we're staying and that's where the shuttle was. So I was like, okay, maybe we can go up to your room and change while you drop off Ken. That would be perfect. Okay. Then we're getting closer and closer. And then Aaron's like, I have to pee. And I was like, I had to pee, but I didn't want to say that. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, okay, we're just going to pull over. So then we literally pull over into an In-N-Out.
Iconic.
We pull over to an In-N-Out. I literally said, I will publicly give In-N-Out a huge shout out because I didn't even have time. I could have, but I couldn't waste any minutes. I didn't buy anything, but I used your restroom and I am so sorry.
It's fine. You've like in our lifetime, we've spent enough money, I think, to use the bathroom.
I would hope so. And they didn't say no. It's not like I fought. There was no code. So like it was fine. I literally looked at it. I was like, guys, 3 minutes max. Be back here. We run in. Aaron gets a video of me coming out in my dress with like all my shit, and we were just like, hurry!
Oh my God!
And then, so we were fine. I'm like, you know what? I feel better. We're changed. We're back in the car. Boom. We're going. Okay. That brought us back to 3:45. We're at like 3:35, and we're like, okay, now we're back somewhat, but we have to make this fucking shuttle. So then we're going. When we're at Forks in Santa Barbara, like, and it's cement barricades. Next thing I know, we're coming up to traffic, and I'm like, damn it. I'm like,
and
we
had like 10 minutes. We were like getting there at like 3:20.
Entrance off from where we're supposed to be.
We were gonna get there 3:20 on the dot.
And now, like, next thing I know, I'm like, damn, there's so much traffic. And I'm looking, I'm like, why is the left lane going full speed? And why is the one I'm in stuck? I look and I filmed it. I kid you not.
She was like, I need proof.
I was like, I need proof. Literally in that single lane, a car had broken down and there's cement barricades.
And they were pushing it.
No. And Remi, the way that I was like, me and Chesco almost cried because we were just like, how did we go through all of that just for this to happen? Like,
and then I was like, okay, I'll just call an Uber.
Literally, I was like, we were like,
you get out and a Waymo pulls up and you just get in.
I would have died. I kid you not. I zoom in. I'm like, holy shit, it's broken down. The people, it was like 20 cars ahead of us.
So sad for
the
them.
People behind all got out and pushed it
all
the way. And it was hot. And I was just like, oh my God, like there's nothing we can do. And this is one of those moments where you're just like, there's really nothing we can do. So then I'm calling Tommy and I'm just like, where do we go? Like, what's the last thing? And he was like, well, you can go to the venue. I was just like, I feel like I've already failed in so many ways. So I was just like, what do we do? And then I'm like, let me find the venue address, which I know was hard to find.
Yeah.
So I go on Google Maps and I'm zooming in and I'm looking, I'm like, that looks like Britney Spears' Radar's music video. I was like, that looks like the pool and that looks like the field. And it was. And then finally you had just gotten there. Okay, y'all know Rem and I love Taylor Farms, okay? You know it is Remi Cruz, Remi Parsons approved and Alisha Marie approved. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the vlogs because Taylor Farms chopped salad kits, my new best friend. They've completely changed the way I feel about homemade salads. I used to make salads at home sometimes and they were very tasteless. It was just like lettuce, maybe some dressing, maybe I threw tomatoes in there, not much. And the worst is after buying everything, it would be like $20 simply because I had to buy all the ingredients and especially cooking for one. And as you can imagine, all of the ingredients just went bad because cooking for one person can be kind of hard. I do think it's a mix of the chef, aka me, and the fact that, one little salad would take so much prep. I'm so lazy. I just don't want to spend hours chopping up things, okay? I just don't. I don't have the time or energy for that. So inevitably, the greens I got with good intentions would completely wilt away in my fridge, and then I just would end up throwing them away. So it was such a waste. That's where Taylor Farms has come into my life. They have brought back the salad girl in me. Throwback to like 2018 vlogs, the salad shake, every single video, If you know, you know. But what I love about the Taylor Farms chopped salad kits is that they make it so easy. You literally just open the bag, mix everything together, and it's fresh and flavorful in seconds. It's also not just lettuce and dressing. The toppings are so good and they add so much to the salads. They all are so they're so good. Recently I had the Mediterranean Crunch. I had that one the other day and I just love that it comes with every single thing that I need. Taylor Farms makes healthy eating quick, effortless, and delicious. So grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together. All right, last week was absolute chaos, but in the best way. We had wedding prep. Final wedding prep is no joke. And I literally was sprinting around, getting everything, of course, running last minute as always, doing my maid of honor duties. And honestly, Uber came in clutch multiple ways, just like it always does. We have been in go mode. There were so many errands that we needed to get done. And every time I was like, don't worry, I got it. I will figure it out. And usually figuring it out meant using Uber to grab exactly what I needed and getting it quickly. In some ways, I feel like, you know what? Uber's kind of my assistant now. Like if I need something, boom, always has my back. They're always there delivering last minute snacks, making sure any family and friends had rides to hotels. It's like mission control on my phone. The amount of times I even had a friend fly in for the wedding and I was like, don't worry, I got your Uber. I'll schedule it. We could share it. That way I didn't have to like pay him back for it. Cause I was like, no, my treat. So nice. So easy. Also, my parents came to the wedding. If you guys saw, and it was like, they were so cute. I'd never seen my dad in a tux and it like literally melted my heart. Obviously I was in the bridal party, so I couldn't commit to driving them, to the wedding and meeting up for the welcome party and all that stuff. So basically, you know who I called, our superhero, Uber. Seriously, Uber made the entire week so much smoother. It wasn't about the rides or food. It was just about being able to show up for each other without being in 10 different places at once. Because we all know we can't do that. And let me say, I've got you in a moment where things were moving a million miles a minute. Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. And trust me, that weekend was full of those little moments, like when we realized at 9 p.m. the night before the wedding that we needed batteries. I needed to get last minute things that I hadn't even thought about. And Uber helped me not have to do it alone. Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way. So you can be on your way to what matters most to you. Uber on our way. Finally, they leave. We turn around and we meet straight at the venue and Aaron drops us off. And that's why we were first there.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that.
We walked up and we were like, hi. I was like, guys, do not pretend anything in the last 2 hours happened. Just like
I didn't suspect a thing.
Thank God.
I honestly felt faintish. When you walked up, was I laying down already?
Yeah.
You were
unwell.
I was fine.
We were just like,
you were already blacked out.
I was, you guys.
But that's why I was out of breath. I kept being like,
I didn't notice that at all. I didn't. I thought you were just overwhelmed with emotions.
I was so overwhelmed in emotions. I know that was a long story, but that was us getting there.
No, that's funny.
It was like, part of me wished we vlogged because it was crazy, but I was like, I don't even want this. Like, I just need to get there.
I don't want to memorialize this moment.
I don't need this moment forever.
I get it though. Like 5 minutes can make a really big difference on traffic, especially on a Friday. Oh, yeah, especially on the 101.
That with the shoes, I was like,
Shoegate.
I was just like, bury me now.
Too much.
No.
Alisha was like, I'm out of the party.
No, you guys crushed it. You were fine. Also, again, I was so distracted. I ate that morning, but the whole weekend I was just so overwhelmed with this like be present, lock in, that I feel like I was making myself sick. So I didn't even notice. Truly, I didn't even like notice you weren't on the bus either.
Yeah.
Like now I no, but I didn't ask any questions, did I?
No. And literally.
Yeah, I didn't question it
either.
either.
I feel like
after
the 3:30 thing, you were like, bye.
Yeah, I was like, they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
I was like, it's
and
fine.
We did.
And also, I texted you. I was like, worst case, we'll come with Aaron.
Yeah.
So I think you were just like, oh, okay.
Honestly, I was getting ready. I was doing my own thing too. So thank you for coming. And
Girl,
I mean, I didn't take the bus
wedding.
either. Actually, I was supposed to take the bus. And
it was
then
nice being there
to greet everybody.
Yeah,
Yes. I will say, as I was leaving the house, shout out to Nairi. She is amazing, you guys. So
Seriously.
a big thing for the wedding that was really important to me was I did not want anybody in the bridal party to feel like they had to work. Like I wanted you guys to actually be guests at the wedding and like have a fun time. So I did everything that I could where you wouldn't have to be peeing with me. You wouldn't have to be lacing up my dresses. You wouldn't have to be like going back and forth with me, hair changes, like all that stuff. Like I just wanted you to have fun. And so every dress that I had was a corset, which means like it takes a long time to put in. You gotta lace it up properly, all those things. And so Jason has a friend, her name is Nairi. She is amazing. She owns the bridal store in Pasadena called La Vella, I believe that's what it's called. Check her out. She's incredible. And she basically was my angel the whole weekend. She helped steam all the dresses. She did everybody's dresses. She followed me around the whole time, was like carrying my dress. She knew how to like fix the veil, and she did everything and was just like my right hand woman the entire time. And we just really hit it off. And she was so helpful, like everything with me, everything with Cal. I was like, I'm having so many stomach problems. Like I have acid reflux. She's like, I have Pepsid. I have this like holistic one. What do you want? Like I have this for you. I have that for you. Like she was just always,
she was incredible.
I literally was like, I forgot deodorant. She's like, I have deodorant right here. Like here, and gave me her personal
and you forget
deodorant.
That's her job. Like she's done it so much, so she knows what people forget. And like but with her and Jason together, honestly, like everyone kept coming up to us, me and Kaylee,
asking us,
being like, I know you're so busy today. And I was like, no, because like Remi's like has so much help, which is amazing. Yeah. But I kept being like, no, I mean, I'm just like,
but I was like,
it was
that's
great.
what I wanted. Like it was an extra cost for me, but I kept saying to Nairi, I was like, it's such a luxury to have, to be able to have her help me, and like such a professional, and like she knew where to put like all the things for photos, and like was just so helpful with everything. Honestly, best thing that she did for me other than everything else, she'd remind me when to finish my TikToks. I had a full Excel spreadsheet of all my TikToks I wanted to do, and then you are in such a haze, I forgot every TikTok, and she kept being like, do you want to finish? And I'd be like, yes, I do. I really want to. And I'm so happy because like that's work at the end of the day also. Like I wanted to get those, but she was incredible. When I was leaving the house for the rehearsal, we did the walkthrough rehearsal at the venue, and then it went from the venue, we all got on the bus to go to the rehearsal dinner, which then transitioned into the welcome party. And as I'm walking out, she goes, oh, Remi, make sure you don't sit, because I can tell your corset's gonna like buckle in this, where you like sit, you know, like where you naturally sit, which is the issue that I had at the bridal party, which is why the bridal shower, which is why like I had that line from just like sitting with my Spanx.
It like does that.
And so she said that. So I like the whole day I was just laying down everywhere we went. It was honestly
so funny.
The
photos
car
are so
ride
good, though.
there. We get there, I'm laying down on the chairs at the rehearsal ceremony, where I'm laying in the bus on the way
it was
there.
Like the
it was
Met.
so
You were
funny.
like, I can't sit. I have to stay.
Literally.
I understand why they get those
stand.
spare vans now, and you're
BBL.
standing. But she was incredible, and like put it in my head, and it was so fun. But yes, then everybody arrives, my family, Cal's family, bridal party, groom's party, and we do the walkthrough of the ceremony. And it was really nice because there's so many things that can be so clunky, like the photo that you take halfway down the aisle, like the spacing, the positioning of everybody, where people are gonna stand, handing over the vow books, the rings, all that kind of stuff. It gets very clunky. So it was really nice to walk through, and it made me a lot less nervous. But I just kept saying, like, it felt like we were cosplaying, like we were actors in a movie.
Oh my God.
We were like practicing for like a wedding scene.
But you're like, we're just the fill-ins.
Yeah, I was standing today. It was a really surreal experience, and it was so weird, like seeing everybody there, all of your friends who traveled from so far, flew in, your family.
Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, like I remember one of the like coordinators was like, the rehearsal is always the most awkward part. Don't worry, because everyone just kept being like,
and it's first too.
Like, why are we here? This is just kind of weird. And like, but like it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, it's like, okay, so we just practice how to walk down the aisle. It's like, oh, whatever. But it's like, yeah, there's a lot to think about when there's like the officiant and like what we do like the entire time. Like we were like, where do I put my hands kind of thing.
Yeah, there's little things like that.
Yeah. It was really, really good though. I highly recommend doing that. If you can't, obviously it's not the end of the world, but it's just one thing I think that brought a lot of stress relief, where it's like, okay, that's one thing that we got done.
That you don't have to think about the day of.
We'll be good tomorrow. And then we got on the bus, went over to the rehearsal dinner, which we did this at the Kimpton Canary rooftop, and we rented that for 4 hours where we had 2 hours of the rehearsal dinner into the welcome party, and it was so beautiful. It was right at sunset. The food was amazing. It was so nice to spend like really nice intimate time, and we sat with our family because at the wedding we weren't sitting with our family, so we're like, we get to have like a dinner with just our family, and it was so beautiful. Ollie got to finally
for
meet
the rehearsal dinner.
You got to meet Phil finally for the first time.
That's
Kaylee's
the most I
husband.
talked to him. He's so funny.
I wanted to put you guys there so you guys
we really
each
bonded.
other. It was like so much fun. I had a lot of fun doing the seating arrangement, but Cal and I were saying like there was one part of it where we were kind of stressed because it was more so the people that don't know anyone, like you want to put them in a good spot.
Right.
But we had such a good experience with it because everybody that came to our wedding are such nice, good people that you could put them anywhere and everyone got along. So it was like so fun, kind of like doing almost like solving a puzzle, putting people together. And my brother gave the first speech of the night. He was so nervous and he was so sweet.
It was so cute.
And spoke, and it was funny because Kay and I talked about it at the end of the night, and obviously Kay's known him since we were teenagers, and she was like, it was such a beautiful speech, but what's really special is we know how Shane's not really open about feelings, and he's very like, he kind of just jokes all the time. So she was like, she knew how much that speech meant. And then Cal's sister Abby gave a speech that was so beautiful.
Oh, I
Both
cried.
were great. Like both were. I cried. Oh my God, I cried so much.
Abby's speech ended me.
It was really sweet.
As well.
I was telling Cal how one takeaway I had from the weekend is like, your family's very funny. Like it's very unserious. We're all always just like joking and poking fun at each other. But I didn't realize how much they idolize you, both your brother and your sister.
You're the golden child.
I had no idea either.
I could imagine because you're an older brother, but it was just so sweet hearing how much they care and how much they're
obsessed with you.
Yeah, they just idolize you, and I think that's so sweet.
He's our golden child.
They both had like a hell of a good speech.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
my
Sam
brother
killed
and
it
sister.
too.
Insane. So good. So Abby gave the speech, welcome party started. I don't know about you, but the whole night I just kept being like, this isn't real. It's not happening. I'm in a dream. It's not happening. It's like lock in.
My every thought I had was like, just be next to Remi. It'll be fine. And just be next to Remi. Yeah, the whole time. I was just like, just like talking to everyone, and like all the small talk can get like really tiring for sure. But it went by really fast.
As you're an introvert, how was the weekend for you with your social battery and everything and your social anxiety?
Alcohol helps.
Alisha?
Pretty much, yeah. Just a couple drinks and I was like totally fine.
I thought you did a great job, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you slayed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a lot for someone even like me who loves talking. So for someone who doesn't love making small talk, I'm sure it was a lot, very daunting.
My thing is I just stopped talking.
You just go quiet?
No, literally, like someone, like even at your wedding, like people would be talking to me and I would just be like, I would
You're
log
just like
out.
social battery, dead.
I don't know why I do that.
I do
like
the
sometimes
same
I'm like,
thing.
It's
I
hard to
just stop.
fake it. It comes to a point where you're just like, I'm sorry, I'm not retaining anything at all.
Yeah.
especially if it's like a dumb, like, oh my God, like how's the cookie? And it's like,
small talk's hard.
Yeah.
I get it.
like I'm done talking about the cookie.
I will say what was nice about the welcome party was like I saw a lot of people that Are you good?
That was insane.
I'm sorry.
That was really crazy
very
to say
accurate.
out loud.
Yeah,
That's what you think
Very
in your
accurate.
head. You just usually don't say it. But yes,
I'm
that
just
is
honest.
And that's his truth.
look, I go through the same shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
when someone just asks like a question, it's like, okay, where did we? That's such a non-question.
It's like when we were in the
It's
car
such
and
a
I was like, we don't have to
non-conversation.
speak.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we don't have to comment on everything. It's okay.
You guys.
It's okay to not yap.
Oh my
For
God.
real.
To every guest that came, I enjoyed every conversation thoroughly. Don't you worry.
I enjoyed every conversation until I stopped responding to you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
One thing about the welcome party that was actually really helpful with all the conversations was like seeing people that I haven't seen in so long, because that's like almost like a nice refresher with everything. It's like, oh, I've known you for a while, let's catch up for a little bit, and like that honestly like helped me reset in a way, because I don't know, it's like different with people that you've known for so long. It's just like effortlessly like right back to it.
100%.
I also want to say that I was born and raised in this area, so everybody in my life, whether it's like I met them like here for work or like my childhood friends, like we all are still in Southern California. So I see everybody so frequently. Whereas for Cal, almost every single person from your life traveled.
They're from all over the country.
For the most part. And I will say I've met there's a couple of your friends that I haven't been able to meet yet, but I know them via Instagram. So it was so fun. I like when Aaron came up, I was like, I already know you. Like we're literally best friends. It's totally fine. But like it was so fun to see all of your friends who I don't get to see as frequently. And I've already told you 100 times, I love every single one of your friends. And when I said the thing earlier about everyone having a special place in my heart, like I include them too. Like I think that they are just so sweet and it was so fun to talk to them. And I got to meet some family, some of your extended family that I haven't been able to meet yet. So that was really cool. And it was really fun to see like all of the family mesh and get to like, and friends and everyone get to kind of talk to each other.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like having both of our families at the same table and just seeing that it like went so smoothly with everything. Yeah, it was great.
Really, again, like we just left feeling so proud of everybody. Like it was almost like everybody was our babies. And we're like, everyone
literally
was so well behaved and did a good job.
What did your friends think of Remi at first? Like, cause obviously like they all, you know, they're not on social media really.
Even Sam's speech, like mentioning, like, we weren't sure,
It was just like, there was a bit of a conversation like that at the bachelor party where like the bachelor party was wrapping up and we were doing like a let's talk about Cal and Remi kind of thing.
Aww,
and
that's so cute.
That's really cute.
And they were like basically the general sentiment was like everyone has like a preconceived notion of how they view like, I guess, influencers and everything. And they were all talking about like how all of that melted away as soon as they met you and how like you're just the sweetest and also just like the best host and like you make everyone feel welcomed. And my family had something to say about that too. Your
aunt and uncles?
My Uncle Bob, he was like, because he talked about how with my cousin Scott, he doesn't like drink anymore. He can't because of like, I think it's like a allergy. Yeah. So, and you had New Brews there and you just like remembered that Scott couldn't drink and you made it a point to like go to Scott and be like, we have these drinks, we have these NA drinks for people that they still help you feel like in a party kind of mood without any sort of like drugs or anything. And Uncle Bob was just like, I just can't believe even like with all of this craziness and everything, she made it a point to like talk to like each individual person and make them feel seen. And that was really cool.
That's
so yeah.
so kind.
Yeah.
The crazy part is we're all going on our honeymoon together.
I know, I can't wait.
That's to come in a later episode.
The fact that we're coming on your honeymoon.
Let's be real, we're not lying.
No, we're all literally going on a honeymoon together.
That's coming in a later episode, don't you worry. But that's very sweet. And I had so much fun talking to every single person. Like I literally spoke to everybody at the wedding. Yeah. And whether it was for 10 seconds or whether it was for like 10 minutes, it meant so much to me and Cal as well, of course. But it was just so much fun getting to see everybody. And again, just like people taking time out of their day to come.
That was the first time you guys kissed, right?
We left room for Jesus. Don't worry.
His vows were literally the most beautiful thing I've ever fucking heard.
It's always been you. Only you. More happy for me.
No, Alicia's like,